Hey there, I'm Sean Collins. I'm the esports reporter with the Dallas Morning News. I cover OpTic Texas of the Call of Duty League. Just wanted to give my updated power rankings before we go into the final week of Stage 3. Starting at the very top, it is just OpTic Texas. I'm not sure how arguable this is. They've beat Atlanta FaZe 5 times, 4 times in the regular season, once more in the Pro-Am. Most recently, they beat them on Sunday, 3-1 with ProLoot. There's just a gap right now between OpTic Texas and Atlanta FaZe. I still think that FaZe is the second best team in the league, but until they can beat OpTic, I'm not sure there can really be an argument, and I think that's pretty fair. OpTic looks just as strong as ever with ProLoot filling in for Illy, so that's kind of where those two stand. Surprisingly, we have the Minnesota Rocker at the A tier. I don't think I would put them here if they were undefeated and hadn't beaten some pretty good teams, but they have beat some good teams on their Stage 3 run so far with Havoc in the lineup. They had a pretty good win against the Ultra, and I think that they're playing super well. And, they're currently, I believe, the top seed, probably maybe like kind of tied with OpTic at 4-0 in Stage 3. They got one more match. OpTic has two more. But kind of going forward into this B tier, I think that Toronto and New York are kind of on like that similar level. Toronto's probably just a little bit better for me right now, but the Ultra are playing really well again. They're no longer a pushover. Subliner is still pretty good, but they're not quite to that tier where they can handle themselves against some top teams. They do play OpTic Texas this weekend, so I'm interested to see how that goes, though I do think OpTic is going to win. Boston Breach is kind of a little bit in that upper center B tier right now. Still a good team, going to beat most teams in the league, but a little bit shaky against some of the better squads. Same thing I feel about the Florida Mutineers. Not really much to say about them other than, they beat most teams and then they struggle against some of the better teams. Seattle Surge and LA Thieves for me are kind of in that same area. I'm not willing to put them into the C tier, but they're kind of on that borderline of like, they're either really good or they're getting swept, and it's weird. Especially the LA Thieves. I could see an argument for them to be in the C tier, but I'm not going to put them there just yet. For the C tier, I do have the London Royal Ravens. They've just been struggling ever since that Major 2 tournament run. They just haven't looked like the same squad. LAG, I mean, they did win a match over the weekend, but it was a 3-2 win over the Paris Legion. Them and Paris are the two worst teams in the league. I'm not sure how arguable that is right now. They both look capable. They're both, capable of beating some teams, but right now I just don't think that they get to be above 12th and 11th.